What's up, guys? Welcome back to the video and the channel and the stream and wherever you happen to be watching this. This is PK Thunder Thighs on screen right there, and we are continuing where we left off for 2.0. This will be chapter 2 of 2.0. I don't know how they have it set up, but this says chapter 2 on the New Game Plus thing, so this is chapter 2. We are, what's the word I'm looking for? Continuing right where we left off, like I said, from last time. So we had talked to this dude, he said he had a problem, and then it ended the chapter. So we are continuing with the quest. It's probably pirates. So let's get it going. I thank you for taking the time to help me out. Now, I'm sure you're busy, so I'll cut straight to the point. Word has it some suspicious-looking buggers have taken a sneaking in and out of the Sastasha Sea Grot, and I need a trustworthy sort to head up north of Ailport and find out who they are and what they're up to. Don't sound like much, I know, but it weren't so long ago as the Fishback's pet pirates paid us an unwelcome visit, and folk are feeling a bit nervous. It would, if you would permit me, Master Bateron, I should be happy to elaborate. Well, if it ain't the Chief Yellowjacket himself. To what do I owe this rare honor, Commodore Rayner? Come to make sure me patrons are behaving, or you just thirsty? Neither, in fact. I was just informed that you had requested an adventurer to assist in my investigation, and I came to offer what information I could sift from my recent reports. Over the course of the past moon, there have been several sightings of an unfamiliar vessel off the coast of Ailport, in the vicinity of the Isles of Umbra. The information came to my attention no more than a few weeks after a squad of my own soldiers had completed a routine patrol of the region, the Sastasha Sea Grot included. Their search revealed little, save that a family of corals had taken up residence in the caves. Nothing to concern us. In short, in light of recent developments, however, it would seem wise to search Sastasha again. But with the Sahagin testing our defenses daily, I am loath to assign the task to the limited forces at my disposal. Our line is stretched as it is. Thus, I sought the services of the competent adventurer to conduct an investigation in our stead. Any aid you can offer in this matter would be greatly appreciated. Then it is settled. Sastasha is located in western Lanosea. For more detailed instructions on how to reach the place, I suggest you consult Vimelpa. She can be found at the ferry docks on the lower decks. You heard the man. Good luck to you, lad. And we're off to see the wizard. Actually, I don't know if this person's a wizard, but that's where we go. Lower. And they are located where? By the Fisher Guild. Aren't you spiffy? That's those shorts. Yorha type 53 bottoms of healing. Number 2 type boots. So basically everything Yorha except for the chest piece, which is the model A2 tactical top, and the gloves, which are street handwear. Yorha type 51 cap of healing. A lot of Yorha stuff for that healer. Alright, Fisherman's Guild. I get distracted easy by people's glams. I'm not very good at making glams. I just kind of throw stuff together and hope for the best. You hear about the Commodore Rayner's investigation, then you'll want to board a ferry bound for Ailport. Once you arrive in Western Lanosea, though, you'd best pay a visit to the Hall of the Novice before you blunder Sastasha. The Adventurers Guild runs the hall, and the folk there will prepare you, train you with skills you'll need to face the dangers undoubtedly waiting for you in the Sea Grot. The hall is on the way to Sastasha, just north of Ailport. Head inside, one of their seasoned adventurers will take you in hand. Best of luck to you, friend. So this is where they actually put this in to the game Stormblood, maybe? I know it wasn't Heaven's Word. Had to have been Stormblood. I'm almost positive it was Stormblood. So 4.0, Stormblood. They added Hall of the Novice. If it wasn't that, then I'm not sure which expansion. I'm almost positive it was in Stormblood, though. But they added what's called Hall of the Novice. It basically teaches you how to dungeon in this game. And not just how to dungeon, but how to play your role. So if you're a healer, it teaches you what you should be doing as a healer. If you're a DPS, what you should be doing as a DPS. If you're a tank, what you should be doing as a tank. You also get some gear out of it, called the brand new gear. It's like brand new this, brand new that. Let's see if I have it still in my inventory. You don't get weapons or a helmet, if I remember correctly. Yeah, you don't get weapons or a helmet, but you do get chest pieces. So there's 2 different chest pieces that you can get. So brand new robe is for Disciples of Magic. There's also the brand new cuirass or something that's for Disciples of War. I don't have the brand new cuirass anymore. I think I eventually got rid of it. Probably. If I even bothered to do it all the way through as this class. But anyway, the most important thing out of it to get is the brand new ring. The reason why increases XP earned by 30% when level 30 or below. So until you hit level 30, this ring is amazing for you. So you get the bonus XP, plus it doesn't matter what class you are, it's going to give you a +3 to your base stats. So it helps. So in my opinion, do the Hall of the Novice. I don't even know how many it is. So let's go like this real quick, because I completed it as my White Mage. Hall of the Novice. So 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 exercises to do. I'm talking 30 to 45 minutes to complete the whole thing. Just because you can't skip the openings to them. They want to explain everything to you and stuff. So, yeah. But once you finish it, like I said, it gives you the gear you need. It gives you some good gear. The gear itself is actually really good for the level. For the level that you'll be and stuff. So it works out really well for you. But anyway, moving on. Seasoned Adventurer. You must be the adventurer of whom the Yellow Jacket sent word. I hear you are to brave the depths of Sastasha Sigrat. The occupants of those caves are rumored to be as numerous as they are bloodthirsty. No matter what the epic tales would have you believe, strolling in to such a den of savagery alone would be the height of foolishness. No, you shall need companions, and you shall need the training we here at the Hall of Novice can provide. I strongly suggest that you study the fundamentals of group combat before continuing on your mission. The smith here oversees the training schedule. Speak with him, and you can register for exercises tailored to your particular field of expertise. That's the dude right there to the right. When you have mastered all that our masters have to teach, then you will be time to head north once more. Report to the Yellow Jacket Scout at the mouth of Sastasha Sigrat, and he will furnish you with the details of your duty. And that's it. Speak with the Yellow Jacket at the entrance to Sastasha. I think they make you do the first one of the Hall of the Novice before they let you proceed. We are going to do something a little different, because I'm not going to do it as my monk. It'll take way too long to get in as a monk. So because it's going to take so long to actually get into the duty as a monk, we'll switch it over to White Mage. Don't worry though. We are still going to be a menace to society. Absolutely a menace. Alright. If we weren't a menace to society, then what are we? And of course, we can fly, so might as well take advantage of flight while we're here. I don't know if it's going to make me do the dungeon, but that's why I switched over to the White Mage. It was just as a precaution. Please tell me you're here on Yellow Jacket duty and not some daft sod out for a stroll. I can't take any more of this blasted waiting. You are? Thank the gods. I assume you already know about the ship seen slipping around the Isles of Umbra. We've been on the lookout for pirate activity ever since the vessel was sighted, thinking a crew of cutthroats might have a den nearby. So when we received word that men of questionable quality had been seen passing in and out of Sastasha here, we weren't entirely surprised. I've yet to see them for myself, but if this lot belongs to those fishback fancying serpent reavers, well, you can imagine the panic it'll cause. The kidnappings are still fresh in people's minds. Anyway, your task is to poke around in the caves and find out exactly who we're dealing with. While you do that, I'll be keeping watch out here, praying you don't spot any blue face tattoos. Duty support unlocked. That's how you unlock the duty support system. Sastasha now accessible. I wonder, does it make me go into Sastasha? Duty overview. Duty calls. A dungeon beckons. Enlist the aid of allied players and NPCs alike to slay monsters, solve mysteries, and defeat the mighty boss lurking in the depths. Conquering dungeons is not only a time-honored tradition of adventurers, but it also progresses the main scenario and tests your prowess at a given class or job in a timed environment. Intimidated, fear not, dear adventurer, for with a little guidance, you too shall be clearing dungeons with confidence in no time. Into the depths. 2 ways to adventure. You may challenge a dungeon via 2 methods: by calling upon the support of trusty NPCs, or by pooling your talent with other players. Be they best friend or first acquaintance, no matter how you form your party, the trials that await you will be comparable in difficulty and experience. No matter how independent and capable you may be, a dungeon is too mighty a challenge to overcome on one's own. By choosing duty support when accessing the entrance of an applicable dungeon, you will summon a balanced team of skilled NPCs to support you on your path to glory. Just don't forget them once you're rich and famous, yes? Into the depths. Duty support continued. After choosing to challenge a dungeon with NPCs via duty support, a party that perfectly complements your current class or job will be automatically created for you. All that's left is to select register for duty, and you will be battling monsters in no time. They say that a shared burden is halved, and with the duty finder you can split that burden amongst a team of players who smolder with the same passion of adventure as you do. No need to recruit such teammates yourself. The duty finder matching system will automatically group players according to chosen challenge and other criteria, guaranteeing a balanced and invigorating cooperative experience for all. Once you have been matched with a party, you will be notified by a bracing sound that the time for battle is at hand. Simply select commence, and you and your comrades will be delivered into the fray. Remember, the adventurers with whom you are cooperating are fellow players. Take advantage of the full and varied strengths your group possesses by communicating respectfully and often. Dungeons abound. As your journey progresses, more and more dungeons will become available until you find yourself master of a sea of tribunals overcome. But don't let completion deter you from challenging your favorite duties again. Simply open duty support, play through the dungeon you've cleared, or use the duty finder to do the same with dungeons not yet supported by the NPC party system. No matter your craving, you're guaranteed to find an adventure to satisfy. Need a refresher? While this introduction of dungeons has no doubt been immortalized within the hallowed halls of your mind, if you find yourself in need of a refresher, you may access tutorial information again by selecting the question mark icon in the duty support or duty finder windows. A true adventurer knows the meaning of duty. Secure your legacy by fulfilling yours. That's actually new. They didn't have this duty overview thing before, so that's actually something new. I'm gonna hit close on that. It does want me to enter Sastasha. That's actually kind of weird. I didn't think it was gonna make me do that. Alright, so duty finder. Let's do it then. I'll say we should get in relatively quickly. Don't mind me, everybody. I'm just a menace to society. Somebody's like, remember to eat food. It's good that you said that, because I definitely wouldn't have remembered. receiving a mentor slash new adventure slash returners bonus. Huh. Luckily we have a bard. Downside is this, early on we don't really have any AoE attacks, so it does make it kind of hard to... I mean, the tank has an AoE attack fairly early on just because they have to be able to hold everything, and it's kind of hard to hold everything, you know. Yeah. I'm kind of surprised that they make you do the dungeon still. Tank looks like. Guard. And a red mage. Yeah, this is is a dungeon. I mean, y'all have seen us do dungeons before. This is nothing different. This is Stasha. Real simple, straightforward to the point. Yeah. Stasha's really easy. To be honest with you, I probably could have just done it unsynced with my monk at level 65. But I figured this is a good opportunity for XPs for my Waymage. So why? Captain Madison releases the scurvy dogs. Hey buddy, you got the auto run turned on. The unfortunate thing is I think I have it set to skip cutscenes I've already seen, so it's going to end up skipping this. It did. That's alright. Basically, this dude was with the fishbacks, which is what these guys are, and he gets killed by the fishback because of the fact that he brought us to him because of being a coward instead of facing us on his own. Type situation, basically. There you go, LB. The tank for being awesome. Don't need that. I think I level 2. Yeah, I got 33 out of that. Dun dun. I think there was supposed to be a cutscene after that too. I gotta go in and fix that setting real quick. Hold on. Enable CC background music, sounds. Sound setting wise control. Sounds like character config done. Players bar hide during blah blah blah. So where would that setting be? If it... To the wiki. This is why we have Google. So it is under character. I was in the right area. Character. Control settings. Huh? Under general. Ah, right here. Ah, here we go. There we go. So. It's kind of dumb, but this is what we're gonna do. It's gonna sound kind of redundant, but we're gonna do this part again because I want y'all to see it. I want y'all to be able to see things, you know. So, what we're gonna do is I'm going to pause the recording here, and I'm going to play through the dungeon until I get to the boss. At which point I will restart the recording. So I'll see you guys in just a few minutes. Alright guys, and we're back. About to start the boss. So I figured why the heck not. That's like the last fight before the boss. So start it smidge early. And here's the cutscene. You saw the spawning ground shore walker. And he stabs him. He did. That's all y'all missed. But still. The cutscene, just him dying. that's what we got. Alright, moving on, guys. So we did that. Now we gotta go back to the Drowning Wench in Limsa Lumensa to tell them how we did. I didn't realize I had the, oh, I got healed by somebody. But yeah, I didn't realize that I had the, ye old, stuff on. My normal settings, which is to skip previously viewed cutscenes. That's my bad. I just didn't realize it. So I fixed that now, though, so it shouldn't happen again, where it skips anything like that. We'll see everything. Ooh, is that the Bloodhound, or the Hellhound weapon? No, that's Sasuke's Blade Zeta's. Damn. It's got the Zeta weapon, bro. So Zeta weapons are hard to get, okay? Alright, such a task was on the book's mind. I'm afraid the ship has already sailed, friend. Might you be the adventurer who accepted the job of investigating Sestasha? It would seem that ship has not only sailed, but now returns to harbor. None the worse for its voyage. A pity, we dragged our boots too long on this one. No matter. The wheel will turn, and our chance will come. You're right, of course, but there shall be no rest till we have attained our goal, lofty though it may be. Not a wink of sleep, great leader. Our aim, lest you wonder, is to perform such feats of heroism as to earn us a place in the songs of every alehouse in Eorzea. We mean to write a legend which will inspire adventurers as yet unborn to follow our shining example. Do you have such a goal, large or small? It matters not. We only have a star to reach, and you will reach higher. Purpose can sustain you through times of hardship. Keep your eye on the prize, and all obstacles will be overcome in time. You would not think to stride into battle unclad, would you? Well, goals are as arms and armor for the spirit. I wish you fortune in your endeavors, sir. Well, now knowing that the New Game Plus does require you to do the dungeons, this could take just as long as it used to. Not necessarily though, because I know it's more expedited. I can teleport, I can fly, all that kind of stuff. So it's still going to be a little faster, but, you know. Back then, are you? With all your limbs and a tail to tell, I'll wager. Explains the situation. Fishbacks. And there I was thinking you'd only have to crack a pirate skull or 3. 7 hells. You turn your back for 5 bloody minutes, and the scaly bastards have set up shop on your bleeding doorstep. Still sounds like you left them in pieces, so I don't suppose they'll be carrying out whatever mischief they was planning. Unless they was planning on feeding themselves to the fauna of Sestasha, of course. Any road, all's well that ends well. On behalf of Limsa, I thank you for shedding some light on this mystery. You've lived up to your reputation, and I couldn't ask for no more than that. Now, I'll bet you're dying for a rest, but just in case you're not, I was wondering if you might be interested in taking on another job. It just so happens that I've had a request from our sister guild in Gridania, see? Seems the folk there are in need of a venture that can get things done. For them to ask for help like this, you can bet the task won't be no skip through the sunny glade. But after the way you dealt with our fishback infestation, I doubt it's anything you can't handle. Give us a shot when you're ready, and I'll lay it out for you. It's another dungeon, essentially. And then you go from this dungeon that we just did in Sestasha, you go to the one in Gridania, then back to Ul'dah, I believe. They have you bounce around. They want you to get some dungeons under your belt, basically. Party Finder unlocked. Ready to hear about the job then? Like I said, the request comes from our sister guild in Gridania, and that's all I know. But whatever it is you get asked to do, I somehow doubt it'll pose any trouble for your adventure has survived the bedlam in Sestasha. If you think you might be interested, you'll want to have words with Mother Mion, me counterpart in Gridania. Good luck, mate. Alright. Before we do that, it's a little toasty in this room. Hold on. Just a wee bit. So I'm going to take off this jacket and then we'll be right back. Alright. As you can see, wardrobe changed. So, we are going, where are we going? We are going Gridania. Oops, I forgot. Can't do that. Take a seat wherever you like, friend. Our waitress will come take your... Oh, not here to dine? Dare I hope that you're the adventurer Baderon sent word about? You are. The matron be praised. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Mion, and the Caroline Canopy is my place. With regard to the task in question, there is a fair bit to tell. Let me know when you're ready to hear the details, and I shall brief you. Ready for that briefing? Good. Now then, here's the long and short of it. Beg pardons for interrupting, Mion, but our need grows ever more pressing. Have none stepped forward? And good evening to you too, Bowlord. Your need must be pressing for you to honor us with your visit. The good news is that your journey hasn't been wasted. I'm pleased to report that we have a volunteer at last, and one who comes highly recommended at that. My thanks for answering the call, friend. My name is Lewin, and I lead the men and women of the God's Quiver. Now, time is of the essence, so I shall proceed directly to the heart of the matter. We wish for you to nip a potential threat to Gridania in the bud. Beneath the central shroud, there lies an underground burial site called the Tamtara Deepcroft. The place was once a Gilmoran settlement, but we Gridanians have long interred our dead there. Of late, however, shadowy figures have been skulking around the Deepcroft with the ever-increasing regularity. Based on the accounts of various witnesses, we suspect that these individuals belong to the Lambs of Dalamud, a doomsday cult which sprung up prior to the calamity. Will you lay down? Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Good girl. Just lay there. You'll be just fine. Stay. She's so obnoxious sometimes. These zealots have proven themselves dangerous in the past, and we leave them to their own devices at our peril. Ordinarily, I would have dispatched my best men to scour the Deepcroft with orders to flush the cultists out. Alas, the calamity decimated our ranks, and the limited forces at my disposal are constantly required to keep the XIV at bay. The birdmen have grown restless of late, and I fear a storm may be brewing. In anticipation of this, I have been compelled to spread our forces throughout the Twelveswood, lest we be taken unawares. The situation so being, we must turn to others to deal with the Lambs of Dalamud. Can we rely on you to undertake this task, friend? Sure. You have my gratitude. Once you've seen to your preparations, pray make your way to the Deepcroft and identify yourself to the guard post at the entrance. He will appraise you of the latest developments. That is all. Be careful out there, you hear? May the crystal guide you and keep you. My menacing self. Tis quite alright. Go to the entrance of the Tamtara Deepcroft. See, and just like before as well, normally it would take a little longer, but I can teleport, for one, and two, I can fly. So. He can fly, he can fly, he can fly, he can fly, he can fly. It's not here, come over here. Maybe these. Anything that's got that little symbol, as long as you have the hunting log, which you should get fairly early on, if I'm not mistaken. They're what's called a hunt target, or not hunt target. Sorry, they're your hunting log target. Hunt targets are different. How many of those I need to go through? So, what is that? Once that one died. Boom. Right. Extra little 4K. What level am I? 34? 34 weapon coffer, might as well. Guess the one that I have is actually the best one I can use. It was a 34 weapon coffer, yet the weapon it gave me was 35. Explain this to me. Oak radical. Can't even equip it. The only thing the green one beats out is it gives me spell speed, but this one, it's probably still give me that one. Your PK thumbs, I take it. Thanks for helping us out, friend. No doubt the Bow Lord has already informed you, but your task is to enter the Deep Croft and purge the Lambs of Dalamud. In case you're unfamiliar with them, their cult emerged shortly before the Calamity put an end to the Sixth Astral Era. The cultists took the Lesser Moon, Dalamud, for their god, believing that it would deliver them from the devastation. And so they were rather disappointed when Dalamud exploded into 1,000 flaming pieces before it could complete its descent. Now, having seen their god turn to ash, one would think that the cultists might feel moved to question their faith. On the contrary, it served only to stoke the flames of their fanaticism. The Lambs of Dalamud are convinced that heretics, that is to say everyone but them, interfered with the coming of their Lord and Savior, and that it's now their sacred duty to avenge him. Whatever it is they're doing in the Deep Croft, you may be sure that no good will come of it. For the sake of Gridania and Eorzea at large, put an end to their madness. Tantar Deep Croft, now accessible. And then it's going to say, enter Tantar Deep Croft, yep. And it keeps doing that to me. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Just wait on 1 DPS. Here we go. The Tantara Deep Croft. Gotta make sure you have everything first before you start pulling the big ones. Mini Reaper. It's the only thing they have at level 90. This must be a alt character for them. Because they only have one thing at 90. Oh, and the Machinist. Whoop. I wandered too far. I apologize. Lay down. Lay down. What are you doing? Dominator. Who summons me from the void to reside with something? Last couple words. Oh, but I wasn't in there yet. Hold on. Load up again. Gross. It sounded very squishy and slimy and moist as he went down. Town of Deepcroft. Hang on a second. Somebody said hi to me. Boom, boom, boom. Gotta go back to Meon. Being that we're level 35, that means we can go do our 35 White Mage quest, which gives us... Nope, not Adventurer's Plate. Hey, that gives us regen. Look at us. Holy at level 45, though. Benny at level 50. Let's see. Benny is an instant full heal. It's like a 2-minute cooldown, though. Welcome back, PK Thunder. I'm reliably informed that your foray into the Deepcroft was a success, nor did I expect anything less. Baderon's ringing endorsement left me little doubt as to your capabilities. Even so, you are to be commended. Bolor Lewin asked me to pass on his thanks. I must say, it's something of a relief to be able to call upon such capable adventurer. Sadly, death has become an ever more common occurrence within our fraternity as of late. Times being what they are, the guild is constantly inundated with petitions, and we are hard-pressed to find enough hands to deal with them all. While this means no shortage of work for able souls such as yourself, it also provides ample opportunity for the inexperienced to overreach themselves, with predictable consequences, as if to illustrate the point. Eivor's gone, and it's all your fault. If I hadn't taken you an age to heal him, he would still be alive. But I tried. He bolted out of range before I could finish the spell. He shouldn't have been so hard-pressed in the first place. We shouldn't have done more to lighten his burden. To the hells with this pathetic excuse for a party. I'm leaving, and it'd be too soon if I never see your faces again. Goodbye and good riddance. I'm leaving as well. I doubt this comes as any surprise, but I never liked you. I only suffered you for your healing, but you couldn't even do the one thing that you couldn't even do that one thing right. Cruel though as this may sound, you brought this upon yourself. Oh, and by way of some parting advice, get rid of Eivor's head. Bury it, cremate it, do whatever the hells you like with it. But for God's sake, stop carrying it around. It's just get rid of it, alright? Why is she carrying his head around? Don't leave me alone, please. I'm so sorry, Avier. Please forgive me. Seems like this had become all too common. That makes it 12 times in half as many days. Now you see why I'm grateful for adventurers of your experience. I can send men like you on a mission without worrying that you might not return. Well, not so much. At any rate, speaking of missions, I would entrust you with another. About a bell ago, I received a message from my counterpart in Ul'dah. She seeks the service of a reliable adventurer, and you're nothing if not reliable. If you think you might be interested in this task, say the word, and I will be glad to share the details with you. The details are, go to Ul'dah. So you're not averse to taking a little trip? Wonderful. As I mentioned earlier, the request comes from the Adventurers Guild in Ul'dah. Once you arrive, seek out Mimodi, the proprietress of the Quicksand. Think of her as the Sultaness version of myself. Chances are she'll send you into the midst of danger, but I have every confidence that you will pull through unscathed. Now off you go, PK Thunder, and good luck. To Ul'dah. Welcome to the Quicksand, friend. I'm a tad busy right now. If it wouldn't mind showing yourself to... Oh, it's you, PK Thunder. There I was, spouting the same tired line. Mion sent word that you'd be reporting for duties. She also made a point of calling you the adventurer of the moment. That ain't no small praise coming from her. But you didn't come all the way here to listen to my prattle. Doubtless you're eager to get started, so let's talk business, shall we? The petitioner ought to be arriving any moment now. Gods almighty, another second under that sun and I would have been set afire. A tankard of ale if you would be so kind. Hello, Papashan. Excellent timing, Papashan. It just so happens the adventurer who will be handling your petition is here. Oh, why, if it isn't my good friend PK Thunder. It does my spirit well to know that you are the one who will be helping us. Mayhap you'd like to appraise PK Thunder of the mission? Yes, of course. The petition in question was submitted by an acquaintance of mine at Amaja Sun's mineral concern. It relates to an unfortunate development at Copperbell Mines, or, as we like to call it, Copper Hell. To be plain, giants have seized control of the place. These giants are of the clan known as Hecatontries, fearsome creatures who were sealed within the deepest parts of the mines during the bygone Thorn Dynasty. Alas, it seems they have managed to break through the layer of rock which served to imprison them, and now prowl the tunnels where the miners ply their trade. The creatures are justifiably angry, but their treatment at the hands The creatures are justifiably angry about their treatment at the hands of our ancestors, and their presence has forced the suspension of all mining activities on the site. It's no wonder they're angry. Didn't the Thorn Dynasty come to an end over 300 years ago? You know your history well, my lady. The people of that age used the hecatons to work their mines by way of enchanted helms. They were able to bind the ferocious creatures to their will. But as it is off the way of such tales, these enchantments eventually failed, and the slaves rose up against their masters. In a desperate bid to contain the unbridled fury of the Hecatontries, our ancestors induced the collapse of the mine's most levels, so it was that the great giant revolt was ended, buried beneath 100,000 tons of rock. Well now, that's got me thinking. I seem to recall there being an article about Copperbell in the Mithril Eye a fortnight or so ago. It said the mines were being reopened so as to meet the rising demand of building materials. Like as not, our boys dug a bit too deep and freed the giants. God, to think the poor creatures are still alive and kicking after 3 centuries. It's a long time to nurse a grudge. They must be seething. Indeed, that makes them a danger to us all. There will be no mining at Copperbell so long as they remain. For the sake of both peace and prosperity, they must be subdued. This is the task of which we have you undertake. I'll not deny that the mission will be rife with danger, but our need is great, and so I beg you, put an end to this sorry business. Okay. God's bless you. I feared you might have reservations, but I assure you it's for the best. In case you don't know, Copperbell Mines are the Western Tadland. Do take care, you hear? One last thing before you depart. An employee out of Amalja & Sons is presently at the quicksand. The fellow's name is Painted Mesa, and he knows Copperbell Mines well. It may behoove you to seek his counsel. And this guy right here? Looking for Painted Mesa? You found him. So you're the adventurer who's volunteered to deal with the mess down in Copperbell, are you? You've got guts, mate. I just hope you've got the skills to go with them, because things ain't pretty down there. The Hecatogiants left the place in a right state and nearly a week after mining resumed. I don't know if you know this, but Copperbell was old when the Second Wool Dynasty was still young. It was abandoned centuries ago. If it hadn't been for the shortage of materials needed for the rebuilding effort, the concern would never have thought to reopen it. We knew full well about the giants beforehand, but the project went ahead anyway. I mean, nothing could possibly survive being buried under mountains worth of rock for 3 centuries, right? Wrong. Our miners dug up more than they bargained for. One swing of the pickaxe too many, and they found themselves in a company of giants. Unless we can subdue them, the nation's glorious recovery will grind to a halt for want of aught to build with. The stone torches keeping watch over the entrance in case the giants fancy some sunlight and fresh air. One of them will be able to show you the way in. The hope of the nation is resting with you, friend. Best of luck. Teleportation. Once can I help you? Once can I help you? To Copperbell, the Copper Hell. Dude, we gotta talk to. Alright. There's been an incident inside Copperbell Mines. We are here to ensure that the effects are contained, but for your own safety, I suggest you stay well away from here. What? You're the adventurer who's volunteered to quell the giants. I didn't think Papa Sean would be able to find someone so quickly, if at all. The giants are content to wreak havoc inside the mines for now. But it's only a matter of time before they think to come outside. The sooner you see to them, the better. Make ready as best you can and enter at will. Copperbell Mines, now accessible. Mine white mage, eh? I'm surprised it didn't kick out right away. It takes too terribly long. I'll just go in as a, with the NPCs, but we'll see. Really shouldn't take that long.
Here we go. Oh, I was gonna say the one DPS not gonna get in. Copper Bell Mines. Got a warrior.
Demi, what are you doing? Lay down. You found a bone.
but he's not taking advice either. Not very well, because we told him, hey, make sure you use your AoE. I gave him the specific skill to use, and he's still not doing it. How are you a 35? Oh, lordy. How you got 35 Marauders still? You should be a warrior by now. Not that it matters if you're synced down to level 20, but... Party. He's just been jumping around classes. 66 Dancer, 56 White Mage. So he knows that you need to class up because he's got White Mage. He's got Bard. But there's Bard over here. Doesn't have any 90s. Highest is a 63 Ninja. Black Mage knows what they're doing. He's got a bunch of 90 classes. DCing. There's a Pokeball of Death. gonna put us on pause till we figure this out.
And we're back. We got a tank. Just waiting on them to catch up. So the last tank ended up leaving. Well, not leaving, but they disconnected.
And we had to kick them.
Just because we're not going to wait around all day. And we just got another tank. So we're just kind of waiting on this one to get here. I know they do a circular AoE, I just don't know how big it is. Luckily, these lower level dungeons like this, they're very forgiving. If I was to get hit by one of those, I'd still be okay. I don't even know why I put another arrow on him. He's probably gonna die before that even gets halfway down. Yeah. Kinda figured I was even gonna have to move. Ooh, he's getting a big pull. He's got some faith in me. A lot of faith. Holy shit. Alright. 725 health. That's more health than the last time. That blade, though. Tropeios, bayonet. Another PvP item. And I'm assuming get back out. This is actually a lot different than it used to be. Try and put it on.
got a commendation. Whoop, whoop. Alright, now we gotta go report to Painted Mesa. Assuming he's gonna be back over there. Adventurers. Ooh, and this is an instance. Right into an instance. We're not doing that as a white mage. Level 21. Proceed. Instance usually means it's going to be a fight, so a dungeon followed by a fight. Ah, the Conqueror of Copper Bell returns. Thanks to you, our mining operations can resume, and Ulda will have the materials she needs to rebuild. The entire nation is in your debt, friend. I'll share the good tidings with Papa Shan the next time I see him. As for you, you'll want to report to Momodi. It'll do the woman well to see you alive and in one piece. No! Obnoxious merchant. Shut your mouth, you thieving little swine. You stole from me. Don't even think to deny it. Please, sir, I didn't steal nothing. I bought this. Paid for it with me own coin. What rot? You refugees are all the same. Couldn't afford maggoty mole meat, much less choice cut of dodo. I'm going to say it one more time. Give back what you stole, or I'll make you wish you'd never set foot in this town. By rights, I should turn you over to the brass blades, you know. Help keep the streets safe for law-abiding citizens. But I'm a reasonable man. If you agree to serve me in whatever capacity I require, the authorities needn't hear of your crime. But I ain't done nothing wrong. 12 is my witness. Everybody walks away. Nobody wants to deal with it. And then here I am, the menace. Please, adventurer, help me, I beg of ye. I swear on me mother's grave, I didn't steal nothing. I bought this with me own coin I'd saved. I only wanted to treat me children to a decent meal. And who the hells are you when... and who the hells are you when you're at home? The dog's master? I don't know how that makes any sense. I've had enough of this mama's farce. You lot teach them a lesson. I ain't even tripping. I'll mess them all up. Maybe. I was like, man, that took a minute, didn't it? Filthy bodyguard, it says. I should have stopped at the 7th AO. Stop bloody gobbling at me and give me a hand, will you? It's too late for you, buddy. Fucking one-shot him. That was easy. I ain't getting paid enough for this. Where the hell do you think you're going? Thank you, kind adventurer. Thank you thrice over. And then my head hurts. Everybody's like, you okay? As long as I don't pass out in the middle of the street again. I swear there are more refugees than when I last looked. And you wouldn't be mistaken. But it's been 5 years since the calamity. Why are they only coming here now? It's simple, really. While a number of hamlets survived the immediate aftermath of the calamity, many were no longer able to support their communities. The residents found their lands had either been rendered barren or cut off from trade routes.
and problems like those aren't easily solved. Though they tried to make best of it, it was only a matter of time before they were forced to abandon their homes and seek a new life in the city. I see. But the calamity affected the whole realm, didn't it? It's the same thing happening in the other cities? If the talk is true, yes. Though perhaps our situation is more pronounced, Ul'dah has a reputation for being prosperous, so it's natural that the refugees would try their luck here first. My heart goes out to them, it truly does, but I would be lying if I said I wasn't apprehensive. I hope their presence doesn't foment lawlessness in the city. Well, if things do take a turn for the worse, we always have the immortal flames. I dare say the brass blades would welcome their help. The heroes who fought the Garlean Empire patrolling the streets for riffraff? It may well come to that. Impoverished and desperate as they are, you may be sure that some of the refugees will turn to crime. You know what this place is like. If you have no coin, you have no hope. What will become of our city? Not all refugees are bad, mind you. Some are able to find employment and lead honest lives. Dodo tenderloins. Get your dodo tenderloins. Guaranteed cheapest in Thailand. Thank you for your custom, madam. Please come again. Looking around, you'd think that Ul'dah was well on its way to recovery. But peer through the veil of prosperity and you'll see the end to the misery and suffering. You'll see no end to the misery and suffering. Sir, are you alright? What now? You mean to threaten a defenseless citizen? What? Saw her buy that meat, you say? That's absurd. Aye, as did I. Leave the poor woman alone, you damnable vulture. Who said that? I will overlook this, but just this once. Overlook what? The fact that you tried to get somebody in trouble for nothing? God's bless you, adventurer. If you hadn't come along when you did, who knows what that monster might have done. I don't bear thinking about it. All's well that ends well. We meet again. Pray do not mistake my intent, for it is always honorable, but I have been watching you ever since you departed Ul'dah. You played the part of envoy to perfection, confident as a man on a diplomatic mission should be, yet unfailingly courteous to your betters. And when your travels led you into the midst of danger, you faced it without so much as a flinch. You, my friend, are quite the marvel, and I confess to being somewhat in awe of you. But my lavish praise continues. Most of all, I was struck by your readiness to aid those in need, even when words were all the reward you could expect to receive. Such selflessness is a rare thing in this day and age. All of which leads me to conclude that you are indeed the one whom I have been looking for, an adventurer possessed of a very rare set of qualities. To be sure, your rescue of the damsel in distress was more than of a happy accident, but rescue her you did, and that is what matters in the end. I feel I should mention at this point that I also harbor a burning interest in a certain talent of yours. I speak of your visions. You have been experiencing visions, have you not? Well, it just so happens that I know a woman who shares your talent and can help you understand it. She and I belong to the same organization, and we should both be delighted beyond words if you would agree to join our cause. Naturally, there are benefits to being part of such a collective. For one, we should be glad to assist you in realizing your potential as an adventurer. You need not give me your answer now. Think upon it, and if you feel moved to help us, as I pray you shall, speak with Momodi, the ever-lovely and youthful mistress of the quicksand. Tell her the signs of the seventh dawn have found their man, and she will tell you where to find us. Dummy mummy? Really? Level 60 gunbreaker. Manor shirt. Why are you wearing such low level stuff? Hell, the pants themselves are level 60. Oh, you don't know how to glam, do you? Oh, that's a bummer, isn't it? Seems like that are becoming ever more common, I'm afraid. Don't worry, though. If you work hard, you'll probably be alright. Saying that if you ever find yourself in a spot of bother, come and see me. Just don't go pester me every time you graze your knee, eh? Of course, I do enjoy hearing the tale of a gentleman's woes with women folk from time to time. That's funny. Ah, Pika Thunder, sorry to keep you waiting. I was just providing guidance to a fresh off the carriage adventurer. But Gods, it's good to see you safe and well. To look at you, no one would ever guess you'd been hard at it with giants in the dark. I never doubted for a moment that you'd succeed. Of course, and neither did Papa Sean, which ain't to say he won't be overjoyed. Oh, before I forget, there's a lass here who wants a word with you. Didn't actually know your name, but hearing her description, I knew who she meant right away. Thank you for sparing the time. I realize you don't know me, but I've been longing to speak with you for a while now. My name is Edda. I'm an adventurer like you, though I'm not very good at being one. If truth be told, anyway, I was adventuring with my friends in Gridania when I'm sorry, we were in Gridania when the leader of our party was killed. His name was Aver, and he and I were to be wed in the spring. You may not remember him, but to say that he remembered you would be an understatement. He would sing your praises from dawn to dusk. He saw you for what you are, you see, an adventurer's adventurer, and swore that he would be like you one day. I believe that he would have succeeded had a fiend not robbed him of the chance. Since that day, I have thought long and hard about giving up adventuring. But when I think of the man you are, of all that you have achieved, I find that I am inspired, just as Aver once was. And so I've decided to start again as an adventurer. I will go back to the village of my birth and begin my training anew. But I wanted to meet you first to ask you your name. It is PK Thunderthighs. PK Thunderthighs. I shan't forget it. Thank you, PK Thunderthighs. I pray that we meet again. Fare you well. Adventuring can be cruel bleeding business. Time was, I didn't know why anyone would bother. When they first asked me to take charge of the guild here, I didn't want aught to do with you lot. Thought it'd be a right pain in the arse looking after you all. But against my better judgment, I decided to accept the post, and I'm full glad I did. I feel privileged to be part of your lives. And that goes double for yours, PK Thunder. Yeah? What did you say? You want to know about the signs of the Seventh Dawn? They're beginning to move in earnest then. Listen, PK Thunder, the Scions ain't no ordinary folk, and the work they do ain't no ordinary work. I know full well how capable you are, but even you won't think twice about attempting some of the stuff they do. Knowing that if you're still certain you want to get involved, if you're still certain you want to get involved, I'll tell you what I can. That wasn't the end of that? Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Alright. Oh. Let's go ahead and do that. Yep. We're gonna wait on that till the next video, guys. Thank you all for coming and being a part of my menacing menaceness. And we will continue before long and do the next segment of this, where we continue with the 2.0 stuff. Getting caught up all the way up to where we are currently in Heavensward to make sure that we get the whole story down and everything. And yeah, so thank y'all for joining me. Thank y'all for being a part of the nonsense we got going on, all the escapades. Pumpkinhead over here. But thanks again, guys, and we'll see ya in the next video. Bye bye.